Hey everyone. Today I'd like to introduce you to the boa that has probably come with me to the most reptile education events and has such an interesting little story about him that I love to share with people of appropriate age, that really talks about the intelligence and individualism and personality of reptiles and snakes specifically. So, to get into this guy, he doesn't really have a name. We've just been calling him DH for the last almost 10 years. This guy, we picked up at an NARBC Arlington show years ago. We got him from a larger boa breeder, but he was in fact produced by the Barkers from VPI. And that's exactly what he is. He is Pink Panther lineage, double het VPIT positive anery type 1. So he's basically a Pink Panther line double het VPI snow. So really, really cool. And that's why when you look at him, he's obviously just a normal imperator, but he has really, really nice color. And that's that Pink Panther lineage. And while we were there, in addition to picking him up and other animals, we actually met the Barkers and showed off this snake, and they remembered exactly who they sold him to and him in particular. So that was really, really cool. Excuse the dogs barking in the background. It's been a while since we've had to deal with that. And he's just an absolutely amazing animal. We are potentially going to be breeding him. The problem is that all of our other VPI stuff doesn't have anery, but it has some other really cool, interesting stuff in there, so we'll see. But we still keep him around because he's absolutely an amazing ambassador. And that's where it comes time to the really interesting story. So, real quick, trigger warning. We are going to be talking about feeding. So if you really don't like, I'm not going to be showing anything, just going to be telling the story, but if you really don't like to hear about animal feeding and all that other stuff, I won't be upset, but maybe tune out for the next 2 minutes. So, back when we still lived in Denver, we were dealing with a whole issue with the arenavirus and IBD testing. We were testing and quarantining ones that were testing positive and ones we were waiting for second and third results and yada, 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 yada. So this guy was living in a Christmas tree in a 74 cord tub, 10 high rack, very similar to the ones that I keep our adult ball pythons in. And they were staying in one room, kind of like in a corner. It was like room, 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 and then another room. And that was a bathroom right here. They were in the room right next to that. We actually had baby ducks that we were keeping out, that we were breeding outside, and then we were selling eggs to people as well as we were raising up these little Muscovy ducklings. At some point while I was at work, DH here got out of his tub, and he was 7 high of the 10 stack. Got out of his tub, left the room, into the bathroom, and ate a bunch of ducklings. When I came home, I went into the bathroom, and I saw that there were a couple still ducklings in not looking too great, if you know what I mean, condition, and the rest were all gone, and I didn't know what was going on. All the dogs were outside, the cats were all on the different level of the house, couldn't figure it out, and so I went, okay, that's really weird, and I start doing my just kind of checks around the house, and then I see this much of DH sticking out of his own tub that he could not get through because he was filled with 9 ducklings. He left his tub, left the room, 8 ducklings, and was going back to his own tub and enclosure to digest. And so that's something that is very interesting. Normally you would think they would just go off and find a place that's warm and secure, but no, he was going to a place that he felt very secure and very familiar with, and that smelled like him and home. So it's a very interesting story that I like to tell people. And again, if you guys did click through, hey, here again, I'm waving around like this. I think I can try to put in, I think YouTube usually does a good job on its own, but this is where the next section that usually cuts in. So back from the feeding story. So that's why I really like to tell the story about this guy in particular, about how just smart they are and how interesting and how unexpected behavior that we would normally assume and associate with reptiles. But the more you learn to work with and understand and appreciate them, it's really not that far-fetched and very interesting and very cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. You got to meet my really, really cool boy, DH here, that potential breeding potential, whatever may have you, just an absolutely amazing animal ambassador that's come with me to a great myriad of reptile education events and has helped me educate both children and adults alike, sometimes into the hundreds, about how amazing these reptiles are. So if you guys like today's video, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you want to see anything else in particular, I do write it down. If I can make a good video out of it, I always try to. I haven't forgotten about any of you guys. If I can make the video, I always do. But if you want to say anything like that, please let me know in the comments. Email me, all of the other social medias. And again, please subscribe. We are getting very close to the 5K subscribers. I'm going to keep saying it, not in every video, that we're going to do a whole bunch of really cool stuff as we get to 5, 10, and then eventually higher up in subscriber count. So, as always, thank you all so much. Hope you're having a great day, and we will check you next time.